Hey folks, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, not too much to report on the price action, but I did want to highlight that Bitcoin on the high time frame of the monthly chart is still bullish, with the bulls that are still in control, and at total 3, which excludes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins, is on the move upward. So we're looking to see if this is a true V-shaped recovery happening here, or we may roll over to test the lows again. We just have to be patient. But we see the macro bull market is still intact. Gold is still a leading indicator here, making new all-time highs. The stock market is actually rebounding as well. So global liquidity shows we still have room to go here. And I do believe there's a macro setup, as I mentioned in yesterday's podcast, that I believe Trump will backtrack on some of these tariffs or delay them once again, specifically for China. I believe number 2, the US government opens up. Number 3, the Fed cuts rates. And right now, the markets are pricing a 98.3% chance that the Fed cuts rates to 3.75 to 4% at the October 29th meeting. And I do believe once the government opens up, eventually the Clarity Act will get passed. And I think it happens by the end of this quarter. And then I think the SEC approves the altcoin ETFs. You have these major milestones and items that are huge narratives for the masses as well as for crypto. And I think we're still in a bull market. I still think we have a bull off top to hit, but it's not going to be a straight line up, and we can still see more volatility, of course. On the news of the Fed cutting rates, I think they will definitely have to, because right now reports are coming in that hiring is at the lowest level since 2009. So this is going to force the Fed's hand, of course. And we continue to see whales are accumulating. So wallets of 10 or more Bitcoin based on data from Sentiment. This is on-chain data show the accumulation continues. Not only on-chain data, but public announcements like Michael Saylor's strategy. They bought more Bitcoin. In addition to Tom Lee's BitMine, they bought more Ethereum. So the accumulation by these digital asset treasury companies and whales continue. Guys, they are looking to do the stock price arbitrage. They're not looking to buy an asset that's going to roll over in price, and they're not going to be able to make the money, right? In addition, we saw today that 1 billion in USDT was minted. So you got fresh stablecoin liquidity coming in. In fact, 3 days ago, they also printed another billion. So these are things I've shared with you over the past year or two with the bull market as, another factor as the liquidity is still coming into the market being minted. And, that's going to make its way into crypto. So I do believe we still, once again, have that final leg to go to the blow off top. In addition, you had Larry Fink, folks, go on 60 Minutes. Now, this is mainstream, right? So this is not really for us who are crypto investors, but Larry is going on TV once again. We've seen this time and time again. When he's going on TV talking about crypto, the markets usually follow with a pump, because why? He's setting up the retail exit liquidity. I don't make the rules. This is just how markets operate. People do this in the stock market as well. I think you all know that. And he said some very bullish things about crypto. So let me play the short clip for you.
I did say Bitcoin, because we were talking about Bitcoin then, was the domain of money launderers and thieves. But, the markets teach you have to always relook at your assumptions. There is a role for crypto in the same way there's a role for gold. That is, it's an alternative. For those looking to diversify, this is not a bad asset, but I don't believe that it should be a large component of your portfolio.
So there you have it. He even addressed his FUD statements from the past, where he said Bitcoin was just used for money laundering and so forth. Obviously, he's done a 180. His firm has done a 180. They've launched the most successful Bitcoin ETF and the most successful ETF in the history of ETFs. That Bitcoin ETF is sucking in as much Bitcoin as possible. So they continue to accumulate. These are big statements here. Once again, not for you and I. We know this. But this, if you understand the positioning, right? Larry's going on TV on 60 Minutes to reach the masses, and he's talking his book. And we know what comes next, right? There's going to be a pump. And, BlackRock, they want to make money. So This is the game, folks, right? This is why we want to be on the side of smart money, not dumb money. The latecomers who don't do their research, they just go with the herd. We want to be research. We want to look at the charts, the on-chain data, the macro, and much more. And as I've been saying, guys, the higher probability is on the side of this bull market continuing and we head to a blow off top. Obviously, there is a bearish case. There are some bearish signals, but the macro structure and all the data points I've highlighted have not been invalidated. Now, folks, a great place where you can invest in crypto and get huge tax benefits is with iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to roll over your existing 401k and IRA to a self-directed IRA where you can invest into 80 plus crypto assets and you can trade 24/7. There are no monthly fees and huge tax benefits, right? By doing it in an IRA. Not only crypto, you can access gold and silver, so you can invest in precious metals. So this is a great platform where you can get the best of both worlds and get the tax benefits and secure your assets for the long term. So this falls in line very much with what the Trump administration opened up, where they allow retirement accounts to invest in crypto. So iTrust Capital has been allowing you to do this for a long time. So this is a great platform. They also have a great custody product called Premium Custody Account. And folks, this uses the same platforms that BlackRock and the institutions use, like Coinbase Custody, Fidelity, and much more. And second to self-custody, I believe this is the safest option out there because of the level of custody they're using, right? The same thing that the institutions are using. So you can sleep at night knowing your assets are safe and using, bank tiered, institutional grade custodial services. So folks, lots of benefits to using iTrust Capital. And if you use my link, you can get a $100 funding bonus. So check out iTrust Capital. It's a great option. I have an account with them. Link will be in the description. Now, folks, look at this news. This is so bullish. We heard rumors about this, but now we got some confirmation. Citibank targets 2026 launch for crypto custody service as Wall Street dives deeper into digital assets. We're talking one of the largest banks here, folks. And, all of Wall Street is bending the knee. We've been talking about it for years. This is the next macro trade. This technology will be powering the governments, the markets, and the economies. We see the race to tokenization. We see the ETFs and all the financial products being launched around crypto. So this is incredible. So Citi is aiming to launch its crypto assets custody service in 2026, an executive told CNBC. Citi, along with other Wall Street giants such as Jpmorgan and Bank of America, are also exploring stablecoins. A more favorable regulatory environment in the US has prompted American banks to offer more services to do with digital assets. So not only are they launching crypto trading custody, they want to launch their own stablecoins. And folks, I've gave the mock scenario for many years, right? Your bank is going to start calling you and asking you if you want to invest in crypto. That's coming. And, a lot of folks are going to go that direction because they're comfortable. Maybe they're banking with these folks already and they trust the brand and they know the people at the local banks and so forth. So you're going to see a lot of people enter crypto this way. Now, would I do it? No, but not everybody has the same level of technical expertise or knowledge around these things. So people are going to come through this major on-ramps, folks. But we are on the winning side of history, right? Clearly, all these folks who were talking negatively about crypto, trashing it and much more, lobbying to fight it and kill it, are now bending the knees. So we have won. We're in that then you win phase. Remember, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. And here's another example, folks. One of the Jpmorgan Bank executives was interviewed on CNBC, and he talked about they're going to allow their clients to trade Bitcoin and crypto, but they're not sure about custody yet. That might be down the road. Let me play the clip for you.
And just in terms of another big topic that the banks are focused on, custody of crypto assets. I was speaking to Citi last week, suggesting they're going to launch their own crypto custody service. This is actually holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other tokens as well. When it comes to how you're approaching digital assets, how big a topic is custody right now? Is it something that you're looking to launch as well?
From a JP Morgan side, I don't think that's in the near-term horizon for us. I think Jamie was pretty clear at Investor Day that we're going to be involved in the trading of that, but custody isn't on the table at the moment. There's a lot of questions around our own risk appetite of how far we want to go down that path from trading and other sides of it, and then custody, I guess, would follow. But naturally, we need custodians, so we're exploring what the right custodians for us for the business footprint that will grow.
Look at that, right? Jamie Dimon has gone quiet again. All the big bangs bending the knee, folks. And all of this will lead to higher prices, not only for this bull market, but for future bull markets. I've told you guys that once we hit the top here and we roll into a bear market, I will be buying the blood on the streets once again and preparing for the next bull market. Here's some big news around digital asset treasuries. So, China Renaissance in talks to raise $600 million for the US listed BNB Treasury vehicle. So, we see many companies publicly traded around the world are adding Bitcoin and different altcoins to their balance sheet. And again, this goes back to what I said at the beginning. Why would they be doing this if we're entering a bear market, or we are in a bear market, according to some people, right? So we are seeing this arbitrage trade happening, I think, in the bull market. But once the bear market comes, they're going to slow down because they want to use they want to get the benefits to their stock price. So, based in Beijing but listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, the Chinese investment bank previously allocated $100 million to a BNB Treasury strategy. So, of course, they're looking to do that in the United States. So, I hope you see what's happening here. This is incredible, and this is very good if you hold the respective tokens. I don't hold BNB, but it's been ripping lately, so congrats if you're holding that. I hold other tokens that are being bought, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, AVAX, and others. And I've said it before that this is going to cause, a lot of supply and demand economics to play out, driving the prices higher. Now, look at this news. Ripple and Immunify launch a hackathon aimed at securing proposed XRP lending protocol. So there's a lot of development happening on the XRP ledger, and we're seeing something cool here. So Immunify and Ripple have teamed up to launch an hackathon designed to help secure the upcoming native XRPL lending protocol, the two teams announced Monday. As part of the hackathon, the firms have invited global security researchers to test the proposed XRPL lending protocol for vulnerabilities. Participants will be trained on the technology before competing for a $200,000 reward pool. The education phase is starting October 13th, with the bug bounty program running from October 27th to November 29th. According to a statement shared with the block, enterprise blockchain solutions firm Ripple is one of the key contributors to the XRPL, while Immunify's on-chain security platform claims to protect $180 billion in user funds and has prevented over $25 billion in hacks across more than 650 protocols. So this is something every protocol needs to do, right? To make sure that their security is up to par, and you hunt down bugs and things that, like they said, vulnerabilities that could, cause problems. So every blockchain has to do this. So it's great to see this is happening on the XRPL, especially as there's a lending aspect coming in, and the whole DeFi aspect of that. You need to make sure all of it is secure. Now, speaking of XRP, look at this news from legendary investor and trader Peter Brandt. He shared the XRP chart today, saying, as a student of classical charting principles and history, has there ever been a purer long-term chart? And he shared the XRP chart. It looks bullish. A lot of XRP and Ripple haters are going to get emotional and triggered, but a guy like Peter, he doesn't care. He charts Bitcoin, he charts gold and other commodities. He charts other crypto assets. So he's just sharing the data. But this is why we don't want to be emotional. We want to look at the data. And XRP's chart looks great, guys. I've been saying that for a long time. And there's a lot of demand coming from the spot ETF. We see a ton of applications waiting for the SEC to approve. The SEC Ripple lawsuit is over. Building on the XRP ledger is surging, right, since that lawsuit wrapped up. So the haters can cry and make up all kinds of stuff, but I'm here to make money. I see facts right in front of me of the charts. I see legendary traders are recognizing that, and I'm prepared for the next leg up, folks. Now, speaking of XRP, CFTC regulated options on XRP and Solana are now live and trading. So the CME group published this, and we know that the futures have been live for a good amount of times. Now the options are live. I know you guys are going to say this is not good. It's the futures, yes, but I think this is going to be used to short the hell out of these assets when the bull market tops, right? We've seen it for Bitcoin, we've seen it for Ethereum, but they can't do anything when we are in an uptrend and the bulls are in control. But this is why I'm saying a bear market's coming. These products are being put into place. So it's where we're going to back up the truck and buy the blood on the streets, as mentioned before. But just a FYI, these products are here, and I think with the spot ETFs going live, that you're going to have a good balance in the market, right? Because look, you can make money on both sides. Now, I don't use leverage, but if you wanted to do a small, like I mentioned in yesterday's podcast, a small amount, you want to do 5%, 10% of your portfolio, and the rest is in spot. You can do that, and you can short the market if you want. But obviously, know what the hell you're doing, or you're going to lose your shirt, as we saw on Friday. Don't go all in. Don't put your life savings. That shouldn't be the majority of your portfolio. You need to have a spot bag that you're just holding, and that you're just playing the macro cycles, right? So this is something a lot of investors are going to use, especially institutional investors, to short as the market hits its top. So, folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button if you appreciated this content. Please support the podcast by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It is 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital, and my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you everything about crypto. So check it out, folks. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.